Life, Your Term show. Cool. I'm here with Marco and Sara Costa, and thank you guys for joining me. It's, I think, our first time meeting in person and stuff. Definitely Sara. Yeah. So yeah, it's a pleasure. You guys were recently the member of the month here, and I printed your story. I thought it was such an inspirational story that I wanted to have you guys in to meet you guys, to talk about it, and just to share it with the world. So thank you guys for writing the story, and thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you so much. We also want to thanks to Rockstar, because being here represents a lot to us, actually, because you guys are part of our turn point, which Sara is going to explain why. And to be here and explain our story, the resilience that we had to be here. So it's such an honor. So we are grateful to be here with you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm very thankful, and you just showed us the office around, and the first time we were here, I told Marco, one day I'm going to be in that room. But I had no idea.
This room?
In this room?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Remember when we were walking with Lisa? Because I said, one day I'm going to have a story to tell, right? And I already had the story to tell. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
Wow. And when was that? When did you first join Rockstar as a member and come in here?
So that was Marco started knowing about Rockstar in 2023.
Yeah.
And
indeed.
for months he was listening to the podcasts, and then he decided to join the Rockstar. And so he joined in early 2024. So
it was at the same time that we bought the property, right?
We bought the property in Kingston.
Yeah.
We already had purchased when you start into Rockstar, like with a podcast and getting, all the education, like the pre-education, like before he joined. Mm-hmm. That's when we got inspired to buy the house in Portugal, which is an interesting story. We can talk about that. And then after that, we joined Rockstar, and a month after, we bought our first property.
Yeah, and you guys have done quite a bit with real estate and in multiple countries now. And
yes.
So why don't we go back to the beginning? Because you guys have a beautiful immigrant story to Canada. Mm-hmm. So where are you guys from? And where were you born and raised, and when did you come to Canada?
So I'm from the Azores. Marco is from the mainland, but he went when he was 19 to the Azores.
That's Portugal.
Yes, that's Portugal, middle of the Atlantic paradise. So we were there. We were there. We had restaurants. We had an event business. I did graphic design.
You guys owned restaurants there?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And clubs. We had a club for 2,000 people.
Really? Was that on the mainland or on the Azores?
In the Azores.
On the Azores.
Oh, even cooler.
Yeah. Our last bar was on top of a harbor. So it was very inspiring, very nice. But unfortunately, crisis hit and things didn't go well. We were not wise financially like we are now. We were not investing in real estate. For sure. We were investing in more events, more things for our clients. And, when the crisis hit, what do you cut? Entertainment and going out for dinner. Mm. So all our business, we didn't make the right choices back then.
Was this the 2008 crisis?
2009.
2009.
Yeah. So you got to remember that we are from the islands. So the crisis didn't hit us in 2009. It takes longer to get there. It takes longer to get out of there, but to hit the islands, it took 2 more years. So by 2013, we had no more options. We really had to make a decision for the future of
we
our
were
kids.
living by favor, actually, right?
Yes, actually, the house we bought was from my grandmother, and she had passed away at the time. And we asked my family if we could live there because we could not afford rent. So we lived there. It had no conditions. It had no kitchen. We had the restaurant, right? And when we left there, we were the 4 of us living in one room, just by favor, my family accepted.
And what exactly happened with this economic crisis? I'm just curious, because I'm always shocked at learning how much it affected Europe.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem to actually affect Canada as much. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just a chain reaction
I think it was.
Layoffs and
exactly, and people start being cutting off. Banks prior to that, banks start giving a lot of loans, similar to what's happening now here, that everyone got a lot of loans,
over leveraged,
and then when it comes a time to pay back, there's no.
Was there a real estate boom in Portugal up to this point, or in the Azores, or
Recently.
just
No,
recently?
just
But back in
recently.
2008,
No.
So it wasn't so much real estate collapsing; it was just the economy itself.
Exactly.
Itself, yeah. And they start to carry on the entertainment, of course, right?
So
It's the
people,
first thing
The
that
first thing you
people-
cut
For
out,
us, what
yeah.
affected us was that people were not spending as much, going out as much as they were before, right? And we had to make a decision. I have a story which I'm gonna tell the first time in front of Marco without crying. So, for you to understand what was our turning point in terms of making a decision to come to Canada was the day that I had no employees already. I had only my manager stayed with us. She was on her day off. Her mom used to take care of my youngest one. She was probably at the time 1 year and a half. And I had no one in the bar. We had a client comes in and asks for the only thing on the menu that I didn't have, which was shrimp. He asks, I go to the kitchen, I say, Marco, we have these $5, which is the only $5 in our lives at that moment. You're gonna go buy shrimp. I think I went too fast. At the same moment, I got a call from the babysitter that called me and said, Sarah, I have no more diapers for your daughter. She just used the last one. And I'm like, I knew that was coming because I usually bought a pack, half for her, half for me. My half was gone, so her half was probably gone, but I was hoping to last a couple more hours. And I have $5. I cannot even buy $5 diapers for $5. So he comes in, he asks for shrimp, no shrimp. Marco goes out, goes buy the shrimp with the $5, comes back. He eats. We wait patiently. I called her. I said, you just need to wait a little bit. I'm going to solve it. He drinks, he eats, he asks for more food, he pays, and then Marco goes and buys the diaper. So at that point, I think that was our lowest.
Yeah, we hit the bottom on that.
We
I think
said-
it was the turn point. Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure. It was.
We had no, like, what are we doing with our lives? Like, we are so, like, entrepreneurs. Like, we are very creative. We were able to generate so much money. What's happening now with us? I guess we just tired, and things not going on in our favor. So basically, that's what made us make the decision.
Came to Canada 13 years ago.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
And why Canada?
So why Canada? I have a lot of family in the States, especially California, 130 people. But immigration is not open there, unless I would get married, but I came with Marco. I'm just joking.
I can get married too.
No, I'm just joking. We usually say that in America for you to get...
How did they all get in?
who?
The 130 other family members.
I don't know. That was a long time ago. So my grandparents' brothers, they all immigrated here. So my grandfather has 5 siblings, and they all immigrated between Canada and the United States.
So they got in, and then it expanded.
Yeah, that was like 50 years ago or
Sure.
something. Like,
So that
it was a
window
long
closed.
time. Yeah. Recently, there's no immigration open there. And in Canada, I had a family here also. And we decided to give it a try. For me, it was very hard. I'm very connected to the ocean.
And you didn't feel like mainland Portugal had opportunities for you guys?
Oh, no.
It was everywhere was affected.
We had to leave.
And elsewhere in Europe?
We didn't
Eventually,
even,
yeah.
eventually, but we didn't even think about Europe because we didn't have
Connections?
nowhere
or-
to start, right? Here we had family. We stayed in their home the first 3 months alone.
Is this in Toronto?
Mississauga. And then our kids joined us after 3 months. They came through the States. So my father, it was a week before Christmas, my father went to the States and was waiting for my student visa, because I was waiting for a student visa, right? And then I said, look, if they don't come for Christmas, I'm going back. I can't. It's already 3 months. It's too much. So my family went halfway, and my other family came halfway, like 4 hours each, and they brought it on Christmas Eve.
Wow, beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh my God, how stressed were you guys at this time with the restaurant, with the collapse, with the $5 moment, and then leaving your kids behind for the 3 months? Like, how stressed were you?
We felt that we hit the bottom at that time, and something needs to be changed. So that's why we didn't look at how proud we were, whatever. No, we want to start from the scratch.
Yeah, we were not living; we were surviving.
We were surviving. Yeah. At the moment, we were surviving because the entertainment, it's always the first sector that when the crisis hits, the one people cut, right? It happened here already, right?
Yeah.
If you see, of course, most of the people, they're trying to cut on the entertainment, they try to cut on restaurants because the economy, right? So that's what happened over there.
Wow. Okay, so you guys came here, so landed in Mississauga, were staying with family. Your kids were finally able to come join you, and they were like, were you guys on a work visa, student visa,
we
tourist?
were always, first we were in a tourist visa, and then the first lawyer, I remember his words, he told me like, this was before the kids came, he told me, because of our age, right? I was already 30, Marco was 37, and he said like, because I only came to bring Marco for him to try to get a contract and go back, right? But then the lawyer tells me like, you're the one that has the English, you have the studies, like you are the one, you're the key for this process. I said, when can I see my kids? Oh, probably within a year. I said, that's not going to happen. I have a kid that is 2 years old. Like by the time she's 3, she's not going to remember me. So the only option was for me to go back to college. So I went through the whole process. So I had a student visa. By having the student visa, he could have an open working visa. And after that, I got my working visa. And then we finally, 3-4 years ago, we became Canadian.
Wow.
So we still suffer when we got here, huh? A lot.
Yeah, it was...
Multiple part-time jobs, cleaning.
What year was it when you got here?
2013.
2013.
Okay.
So
part-time jobs, whatever you could get.
Whatever we could get. Like I had a time that I was studying for 20 hours, and I had over 40 hours of part-times. Like I had 5 part-times. I was working a hairdresser, which I kept even after getting my management jobs and whatever. I always kept that Saturday to go to the hairdresser. It was kind of my therapy. I had a hairdresser. I was cleaning. I was working in a bakery. I was working in an accounting firm as assistant for a partner. And then one day I come home and I say, Marco, I got another part-time. He would get all happy. And I said, it's for us. And he said, huh? Like, how much can we do? So that part-time was in a dealership, cleaning a dealership we had 2 options. It was open, like we could even go from midnight to 4 a.m. or 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Both of us with 2 little kids. So what we did was either we would give them a bath, pajamas, and go in the car. We would park in the garage and they would sleep in the car and we would clean. Or we would wake up at 3:30 in the morning, like get everything one dressed, just go ready from there to school and to work, right? Marco had his job in a vanity store, and he did, because they had a short period, like they were open only from 10 to 5, he would do deliveries before and after. So this is all going.
Wow.
I have no clue like how we did it. We just didn't think.
Survival mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always say you need to have your why needs to be strong. Because if your why is strong, there's nothing, no one, and no situation that will stop you. You'll just keep going, and you're not picky, you're not frustrated, you just go. You have to do what you have to do. We went with situations with babysitters, like we had to put our kid in a babysitter because I could not afford the school, the little one.
Like a daycare?
It was not a daycare. So I found...
Like you couldn't afford daycare?
Yeah, I could not afford daycare. Yeah. So I had this lady, she was amazing, but she didn't have experience taking care of kids, right? And she had cancer also. So one day I surprised and I went early to get my daughter, and I see my daughter on top of the couch, and I don't see no one around, and I didn't want to knock because I don't want the girl to come and open the door. So I waited a little bit. I tried to call the babysitter. She didn't answer. And then I said, no, I need to take my kid. So I opened the door and I called. No one answered. I told the kid to come, and I took my kid. And she was with her husband. My daughter was left with her husband, and her husband was sleeping in the basement. So we went to a lot, but I still had the next day to put my daughter there because I didn't have no option.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So all our fears, all our, what we like, what we don't like, it didn't matter. We just had to move forward and keep going.
And how long did you live with your family here?
6 months.
6 months?
So 3 alone, me and him. And then when the kids came, we stayed 3 more months, and then we rented a tiniest apartment.
Tiny apartment or the basement?
The basement was the second one. So the first one was in Streetsville, the tiniest apartment. Well, but we loved it. So for you to see how small it was, each room had 2 doors. So you would go to the bathroom. When you would leave, you could leave through the kitchen or through the living room. You would go to one room, you would leave to the living room or to the kitchen. Yeah, so it was so small. But we were so proud that we could rent the first apartment.
Yeah, and have your own space, right?
Then we went to a basement. It was more spacious, no windows, no windows. So it was okay until summer hit and it was still too dark. We could already afford something else. So we went to Bristol in Ontario, and we rented our first apartment. At the time, I worked in an accounting firm. Busy season is from February to April. We moved in December, and in February or March, the owner, after 2 years we were there, the owner tells me, I'm going to sell the apartment. I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's busy season. The school was just next door, so the kids, the oldest one could take the youngest one to school. Everything was close by, so I had everything organized. And now again, what am I going to do? So I asked her, can I buy it? I've been 2 years in Canada, and she says, I don't know, can you? I said, I don't know. So I went back to the firm that I worked accounting. They had a lot of connections with, I think at the time was with RBC. And I remember they called the manager into our office, then the mortgage broker into our office. We were blessed at the time. We built connections, I think, because we were very social and very approachable.
Now, did you guys speak English before you came here?
I did.
How did you just grew up learning it?
So I lived in Terceira. Terceira is from the Azores, and we have the military base, the U.S. military base. So growing up, I had 2 channels, the Portuguese and the American.
Ah.
For you to see in my island.
Because the Americans had their own TV set up?
Yes.
Nice.
The only TV station. They had everything. It was like an amusement park in there. And for you to see our island, in considering Portugal, was the first place to have a TV. Why? Because of the Americans. Mainland didn't have, but we had. So we grew up with with the English influence of the Americans, right? Everyone, my generation and older, in Praia, because there's 2 cities, but in my city, they would speak English, at least understand it. I grew up with Mickey Mouse and all those things.
Yeah.
Which is very American. So I spoke. Marco didn't speak.
Yeah, yes and no.
Oh, you want to go to the stories?
No,
okay.
Of course not.
He spoke his own English, but not enough to live in Canada.
Yeah. Well, he was saying it's not good now. I was saying it's excellent. Trust me.
It's getting better. Yeah, when I came
it's fantastic,
here, actually,
man.
I barely speak.
Yeah.
Yes, no, thank you.
Of course.
Remember the days we would go on the bus, and so I was studying. I was waiting for my study permit, so I was at home, and he was working in Toronto, so I would come with him on the bus from Mississauga to Toronto just to drop him. And while we were doing that trip, 1 hour or something, I would teach him in the English, the verbs, how it was, and we would look at all the signs, and I would tell him like, this means this means that. So that's how he started.
It was funny.
That's crazy. I can't imagine that.
It was, what a journey. Yeah.
It was harder for him than for me, because at least I understood the language.
Right? Yeah, of course.
But I never realized that. You know, when you know something, you assume everyone knows,
Yes,
right? So, but then he pushed himself, we pushed him. And at home, we would speak only English, even with the kids, so that he could learn.
Smart.
Yeah. Because it got
not easy either.
Yeah, it got to a point that this story I can tell. Like Hita, one day, the youngest one, she was probably 4, and she looks at him and said, "I'm gonna talk to you very slowly," so he would understand. She was already joking, right? Because she figured out that he didn't know. But he did a huge effort, and I think also.
But it's hard to raise a kid without understanding him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the kid, your kids knew Portuguese though.
The youngest one was 2.
The youngest was 2.
So no.
2, like.
Do they know any Portuguese now?
Now they know, because then we switched.
You switched back. Eventually, you're like, okay, you got the English.
We actually sent them back a couple summers, and I told the oldest one speaks and writes in Portuguese. She came with 8, so she knows everything. But the youngest one, I used to tell her, hey, in Portugal, no one speaks English. So you really need to speak Portuguese. So the first time she goes, Inês calls me and tells me, the oldest one, Mom, you got to tell this girl to speak English. I said, why? She's so smart and she looks so dumb, like she's trying to talk, but because she didn't know, right? But she thought no one speak English, so it was funny stories.
Okay, so this condo, so you floated buying it, and you guys were able to do so after
2 days. So we had a working visa. We didn't even have a permanent resident or anything. It was a working visa. And we were able to buy it. And the down payment was 5%.
We had a payback there. She was very honest.
She was very honest
because she set the price and even went through MLS. She
kept the price.
Kept the price to us, even with different offers and
really
offers.
Yeah. So she was doing a favor. She liked you guys.
Yeah,
I think because we knew what we wanted, right? We came to Canada, we came to succeed. This is what we want, right? I guess the right people also, it was not luck, right? But it was a little bit of luck too, but it was not all luck. But I guess the right people came into our paths, right? We could have chosen another apartment to rent, but we chose that one. And she was amazing. She said, okay, if you guys want to buy it, I still have to put on MLS by law, but it's for you if you guys want it. So, and that's why we bought it. And then
how much was it back then?
287.
280.
And you were able to scrape together 5% down.
Yeah.
5%.
Put it down. And why did you want to buy versus just go rent another place?
We didn't want to make the same mistakes we did back home.
This episode is brought to you by the Rockstar Inner Circle. If you've ever felt like the standard script you were handed, go to school, get a job, retire at 65, doesn't quite fit anymore, you're not alone. The Rockstar Inner Circle is Ontario's largest community of people building life on their own terms. It started with real estate, but over the years, it's grown into something much bigger. It's a network of investors, entrepreneurs, parents, and regular Canadians who are taking more control over their time, money, and future. And honestly, these just aren't always the kinds of conversations you can have with the people around you every day. That's what makes this community so special. Inside, you get access to the Rockstar coaching team, classes, events, trusted professionals like accountants, lawyers, and mortgage experts, and a community of members who are openly sharing what they're doing and what they're learning, what's working, what didn't work, what they're buying, what they're avoiding, and what they wish they knew sooner. Some of our members have been here for over 15 years, and today, some of their adult kids are becoming members now too. That says a lot, because when you find a group of people who think bigger, take action, share openly, and refuse to settle for the standard script, you don't want to leave. So if you've been quietly working on a different version of your life, come find your people. Visit rockstarinnercircle.com/membership. That's rockstarinnercircle.com/membership. Now back to the show.
So we wanted to have something of our own, right? Something that we could leverage and it could have value, right? Renting for me always was, because I think the only time I rented was when we start our relationship, because I already had my own home back home. I think renting is you just paying for someone else's wealth. That's was always in my head.
So you wanted ownership of an asset.
Yes.
When we came here, it was part of our dream, right?
It was part of our dream to grow, and we knew we didn't want to make the same mistakes we made back home.
Okay, because back home when your businesses collapsed because of the crisis, you felt that you didn't own anything outside of the businesses.
Correct.
So you had your streams of income, but that was it. You were too reliant on the single streams of income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we didn't want that.
No education at all. That's
No what?
Education.
Financial. Oh yeah.
But I took business when I came here, right? For the immigration, I took the business. And one thing I learned is the first word I learned that I didn't know in English was accountability. And for me, that was so important. Like the way the government works here, good or bad, all governments have their things. But in Portugal, they don't teach you, right? It's like this, and they don't explain why things are. Here, you are accountable. You need to know what you're doing, right? In Portugal, you wait to get a letter to see what you did wrong, basically. Here it's different, right? Here the system, it's on the internet. You go to the website and you can find anything that you want to find. Like it's in the English, like it's in normal English. In Portugal, they put those type of words that not even them know what it means. So it's very hard. The system in Portugal, it's very hard. And the government is always after you. And here, no. Here it's different. Here you're accountable. Okay, make sure you're doing everything right.
And there's resources to make sure you're doing the right things?
Yes. I felt that comparing to Portugal.
Yeah.
I felt that, and I learned that before I started dealing with the government, right? I was dealing with the government at an immigration level, but with CRA and everything. So I felt that through my studies that here you are accountable for what you do. So they expect you to, if you're signing a paper, for you to know what you're signing. If you don't say that the bank tried to, no, read everything till the end. It's different the way they explain to you.
Over here, everybody knows what is RSP accounts, all the types of accounts you have available.
Mentality is different.
Over there, you don't know what is a pension account. Nothing.
Over there, you live day by day.
Interesting.
Over there, I'm not saying everyone, right? But average person, you live paycheck to paycheck, or you live expecting next day is gonna be better or whatever. And here, no. Here as soon as we started, we arrived here, we started doing an at the time, as the best we knew, we started doing an RSP account, TFSAs. We did, as soon as we could, the RESPs for our kids to grant the university. So we wanted to make sure that we were doing the right steps into the future, right? And learning from what we did before. So we bought the first apartment, and then 3 years after, we sold it for double the price. So that was our big thing, to buy our single
big
house.
aha moment.
Yeah. That was like, wow, this is how it works.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
It was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's easy. That's
my
right.
experience in Portugal, I bought my apartment for 100K and I sold it for 80.
Yeah.
So that was like our aha moment. Like,
it's nice when it goes the other way.
Yeah.
So we bought our first single house.
Yeah. Totally renovate the house.
Yeah,
right?
we renovated. So it was during COVID. We bought. COVID hit February, I believe, and I think May we were moving to the house. In 1 month.
This is Mississauga?
This is Mississauga. This is the one we live now. In 1 month, we renovated the whole house. And I have pictures of that.
How come? Was it an older home?
It was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
older.
Inside, it was.
It was not maintained, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we really renovated, and that's where Marco found his first supervisor, me.
No.
No, I'm just joking. He felt like a labor, because I'm very good. I go into a house and I say, "Oh, what is that wall there?"
I still feel like a labor when we renovate a property.
So we broke walls, like we did to make the house a little bit more spacious for us, and we're still there.
And then around 2023, right? That's when I start to know about Rockstar, investing.
Oh, he was every day he would get home.
And then leverage equity and stuff like that. It was like part of my education. Like, oh, Sara, I think we should go pull equity on this house and look for something. And that's when was the turn point when we found Rockstar, right? So it was possible to refinance whatever we did. It was a good pull out equity, and that's when we bought the property in Portugal, the one that we were living by favor, right? We had the chance to go back and buy the property for us, right?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that was that. Going into like last summer, we spent there a month, and going into the house. And we did several apartments. The garage was not doing anything there, so we did an apartment in the garage, and we stayed on that apartment. And we were like, wow, do you remember when we used to live here, like by favor, like we were?
Wow, what a cool full circle moment.
Yeah,
it is.
This one is.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was one property only,
it's
right?
one property, but we divided in 3 apartments.
3 apartments because there was a first floor, second floor, and then we're still dividing, right? The third apartment is still not ready, so we're working on. But yeah.
So you guys have contractors there doing this work, and you're managing it remotely, or were you there to manage or do the work yourself?
Yeah, someone like took advantage of it, and we lost $3,000 in the first contractor we had.
Yeah, but right now we have
disappeared.
A team.
Yeah, now we have a team. So at the time that we bought the first property in Kingston, we were renovating the one in Portugal. So I was managing the 2 teams, right? Like trying to like get everything done. And I was producing an event at that time.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So we had a team there. I have one family member that takes care of that property, like has the keys and everything. But then we have a handyman, and we have people that now takes care of.
And why did you guys buy that property in Portugal? For an investment, for yourself to use?
A little bit of both, honestly. I think it's a little bit of both. That house, when we look at that house, it was a lot of, it's 100 meters, 200 meters from the beach, right? With a lot of potential. It was 3 floors, right? So
4 floors with a garage.
With a garage, and then also emotional, right? Because we live there, right? So if we had a chance to buy, why not? So that's when we pull out the equity of that primary. We bought that property, and we gave the down payment for the first property in Kingston. Everything happened in just a certain moment, right? It was
it was all around the same time.
Jumped in the deep end.
Is this is happening?
Yeah.
That's why.
Now you rent out your Mississauga personal home, the basement, yeah? To a tenant?
Yeah.
And you guys did that right from the beginning when you renovated it?
No.
Okay.
So when we bought the property, we did a close rate, and we bought it 2.6 at the time.
Yeah.
For 5 years, right?
32.
So 4 years after COVID, rates started going up. We were never affected by that. But we said, hey, when we're going to renovate in 1 year, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be down to 2 or ever it's going to be down to 2.6. And then Mark says, why don't we rent the basement? So we did the construction, we divided everything, and we started renting 1 year before we renovated the mortgage. so that when we were renovating, we knew the rate was going to be higher. We will have like 1,000 or 1,500 more on top, but we would still not be affected. Why? Because the
rental income
was paying for it.
Nice. So was it a lot of money or work to renovate that basement to add that second unit in?
No.
For us, it's always a little bit different because I'm in construction, right? So
the trades,
labor, trades, materials, I can always get it for a very decent price, right? Very decent, very low.
And then you're able to do the work yourself and manage subcontractors.
Yes. The only thing I don't do is HVAC and plumbing and the electrician. Other than that, I can do everything.
You do it yourself?
Yeah. So,
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what did you guys rent the basement for?
What did we rent for? So at the time, 18? there was two guys living there. We rented for $1,800, but then one of them left and the other one stayed. We went down to $1,600, but then he said it was too much for him, and then we liked him so much because he doesn't bother us. And another thing is we have 2 daughters, so we want to we work long hours, and we go to Kingston sometimes, and they stay behind, and we want to make sure
somebody you trust and
right.
Yeah.
So he works in construction too.
He works for my company as well. So
for one subcontractor.
One of subcontractors.
Yeah. Okay. Is that how you found the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we decided to lower the rent. It's $13.25.
$13.25. Yeah.
$13.25.
Cool.
It's cheap, but
it
works for you guys.
Yeah, it works.
It's guaranteed, and it's there. And then we have the 2 properties now in Kingston. The recent one was the 28th is the date that we came to Canada, on the 28th of September. We bought our second property on the 28th of February. We bought the second one on the 28th of March.
Really, huh?
It's always the 28th, so I don't know. We just have to aim for the 28th.
It's an important day.
Oh, wow.
So this is 2 4 units in Kingston you're talking about?
Yeah.
So what attracted you to a multi-unit, and why Kingston?
You want to talk, or you want me to?
You can say.
Okay. So we already had our support system there. So our best friend lives up there. Our goddaughters live up there. We started visiting Kingston to see them. It was our escape, right?
Yeah.
Getting out of the city, we would go there. And when we started looking, it was very affordable comparing to down here, right? So we spoke to our real estate down here, and we asked her if she could sell up there. She found a colleague, and we started looking into properties, and we're lucky. We found a corner lot with enough space to build
for the garden suite.
For the garden suite,
which is in motion already, right?
Yeah, and it was already a duplex. So even being affordable, buying a single house that for just one tenant, it doesn't bring you cash flow, right? So we knew by watching and getting education from Rockstar, we knew that a multi-family would be better and would bring you that cash flow easier, right? But we know what we suffered when we came here with our landlords. We know that. So one thing a promise we made with each other was, this is a business, but there's families in there. So I want to make this a business as long as I feel comfortable with what I'm doing with them. I don't want to make this a business where I'm just this cold landlord saying no.
That's cool.
The first thing we tell them is, as soon as they call us, we are on the other side to answer. To solve the problem, usually the problems happen at 11 p.m. on a Friday.
For everyone, of course.
Everyone. So to solve the problem, it might take a couple days, but we are on top of every single problem. I had the
response is you respond right away. Hey, we're going to look into it. We'll get it
right
fixed.
Away.
Yeah.
And they know that by text, by call. One of our tenants just called us. The switch, the electricity switch just went off on the heat. She called us. Our handyman is in Portugal. And I called Marco. I said, hey, switch went off. What do? We have a lockbox. So we just gave the code and asked her to go there. She went to the basement because the basement is locked because it's a crawl space.
Now, do you guys only work with Portuguese people?
No,
No.
really.
I'm just joking.
He ends up to be Portuguese because he went to do the drywall.
Our electrician is not Portuguese.
No, he's not Portuguese.
The HVAC guy is not Portuguese.
No. But that one is our.
It'd be better if they were though. A little bit
it's
better.
okay.
Ah.
It's easier.
But they're more expensive than the Portuguese.
Oh yeah, quality work, man.
Quality work.
Quality work.
Yeah,
You get what you pay for, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and then this new property, it came already with 110. So actually, the Division Street property has a tenant since the beginning. We were renovating the back, but the studio was already ready. We rented to her 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys added units to these homes?
No, these ones we didn't
Not
have
yet.
to.
Oh, so they're already.
We just
4 units.
renovated inside, created on the first property. We did big renovations.
Yeah,
right?
first property we had to
all the rooms.
the rooms. We had to take the carpet, paint everything. The laundry room was in the crawl space. I didn't like it.
We
I
had the
don't like
laundry
to do laundry, so I said, let's bring it up.
Nice,
So
yeah.
at least
we
did it.
had laundry. We had the powder room. Right?
Yeah, well, we added a powder room downstairs. We
Create more valve, basically,
opened
yeah.
a door because when that property, when they split it, whenever someone would come into the house to go to the living room, would have to come to the kitchen. So to make a better space, a better living space for our tenants, we open a door right when you
Open concept, yeah.
We did an open concept for them because if they get visitors, like. I'm the type of the landlord that I say, hey, have fun, bring whoever you want to the house as long as you respect it.
Yeah.
Like I'm very social, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite and tell everyone, no, it's only for you. You don't bring, you want to do barbecues, as long as you respect the neighbors, as long as you respect the noise and the other tenant, I have no problem with what you do. This is your home. Mm-hmm. It's our property and it's your home.
The good thing with the renovations and me being labor, Sara being my supervisor, is when we finish the renovations, we can get a little bit. We feel that we can get a little bit more rent than the average that you can see, right?
Yes.
Because when you look at what you did, this actually we can put another $200 on the rent on this property because you had the powder room, you had the laundry right there. So that's the.
It adds value.
Yeah, it adds value.
Which I can tell you guys like to do. And if you're willing to do the work, I mean,
I love
it. It's a great way of.
I just don't like when act like a supervisor to me. Right?
Yeah, because
she's very picky, right?
No, I'm not picky. Actually, on this second property, he was surprised with me because I got in. I looked at, we don't need to do anything.
It's fine.
I just want to open that because I don't know what these people do, but. So on this second property, for you to go from the kitchen to the rooms, you have to go to the laundry room. And there was a door, like a spot. I look at that space and I said, this used to be a door for all. You can open here. So we just opened that. We cleaned as much as we could. We add doors to the closets.
It was.
But we did another type of work that the tenants don't see. So we did the whole insulation. We did all those things. And this new unit, we even put central AC because they didn't have.
And the heat pump on the basement.
And a heat pump on the basement, yeah. So
and what was all this renovation money funded from? This is still from the refinance on the principal home?
the property
the
from
second
Kingston,
one.
The second one.
So after 1 year, we refinanced. We got more equity.
So you lifted the value on that first fourplex.
Correct.
Pulled out equity.
Correct.
To buy a second one.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
It's been that way. Yeah.
And who do you guys rent to there at these fourplexes?
So
What type of tenant?
So on the first property, it was newcomers. The second property already had a tenant. He was already living there, so we just kept the same agreement and everything. And now we renting to families.
So all 4 units, families?
Yes.
Mm.
All 4 units, families. We even had, and it's funny, I take risks, but I go with my gut. Like it's been helping me, so I'm gonna keep going with it. It's not going with the heart, it's more a gut, right? Like
in terms of like their paperwork and credit isn't perfect.
I don't like the first tenant I had in the division for 2 years. She had a bad credit, and they told me, we are new immigrants. We wanted to bring my in-laws here, and we spent a lot of money on a credit card, and that's why our credit went. And I believe that, because when I came here to pay my studies, I had to use the credit card. So my credit was not good at the moment, right? And when you come here, you're still building your credit.
Yeah.
Now the second one that rented, you would look at the papers and you would like, what am I doing? But she was self-employed, and I just became a self-employed. And I told her, I want to give you a chance. And she's been like punctual. All of them pay on the right time. Knock on the wood.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, they pay on the right time. They know they can count on us. So I think we are doing a good job. I still do the screening. I still want to know everything. But I don't go always by the papers, because, nowadays you can even fake things.
Yeah. So you're pulling your own credit reports and single key, I'm guessing, and that type of thing.
Yeah. So the credit reports usually, because I'm too good sometimes. What I do is they pull up in front of me on their phone, and I'm good with that.
Yeah. There's no faking that, because they show you the bank app.
I'm showing, and that's okay. So I try to be. I want to be easy, because I know what we suffered when we came here. And they wanted everything right, and we have everything right, and then they didn't do anything for us. Yeah. First apartment, we were 3 days without hot water. We had no AC. We would call the landlord, and 1 week after he would call us back, and we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So we don't want people to feel like that enough.
That's cool. And I think that's totally the right approach. And it comes back to you in terms of goodwill and how they treat the property and how they treat you. And they give you proper notice if they're going to leave. And they, if something happens in their life, they're going to work with you to get you the rent. Definitely what you put out comes back in.
Yeah, so far that's been happening actually, right? Even the new property that we just bought, when we went in and but this property doesn't have air conditioning.
He insists
portable air conditions, right? So portable air conditioning, electrical baseboards, it sucks a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. So I did my math, and why not invest in a heat pump for the basement and central air condition? And that's what we did. And the tenant went in, and after a month, it was someone knocking at the door to install the air conditioner. She was so happy.
Yeah,
so
what
happy.
a bonus, eh?
You
would never expect it. Yeah.
And even the tenant that was
You're forever in the good books over there.
Yes. The tenant that was already there in the property, he said we did more in a month for him than since
any landlord has ever done.
Yeah.
He said, I'm okay. Anything we ask him.
Yeah.
He even takes, we needed to repair, he has a cat. So all our houses are pet friendly. He has a cat, and someone needed to go into the basement to put the heat pump. He had to take 2 days of vacation. Not everyone wants to do that, right? He said, no, you guys are doing everything for me, so it's whatever you need. So
I sent some pieces over there.
He sent some pieces.
That's nice of you, man.
Yeah, usually when we go up there, and if we go for Christmas, or we try to bring something for them.
Oh,
right?
Cool. So you guys have a very personal, friendly relationship with each tenant.
I think,
and that's a lot of tenants too. That's 8 different tenants in Kingston.
No, there's 4 in Kingston.
4 in Kingston.
Isn't it 2 4-units?
No.
Oh, two units.
Two.
Oh, in my head this whole time I thought it was 2 4 units.
No.
Oh, okay.
3 units in Portugal and 1 in Mississauga.
Got it.
Yeah.
So 4 units up there, and then now the 2 are they rented out in Portugal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you're able to manage it all from a distance, and
So we wanted to do Airbnb in Portugal, and we kind of tried, and we did, but it was a lot of work. So we had a teacher and a military person that wanted to stay in the houses. So we said, it's not all about money. We knew this property we had to manage from a distance. So it was a year that I was leaving corporate, so we had to make a decision like to get it like out of our, not to be a worry, right? So we rented for the whole year. They're rented till next year. And the third apartment, we hopefully next year we're gonna start.
And does the money come here? Do you pull the money here, or you keep it all there?
Stays there for the other apartment, so you can to renovate the third one.
Cool. So you guys are really focused on accumulating assets.
Yeah.
Like you guys are still very much in asset accumulation mode.
Yes.
So why real estate? And is it only real estate, or is there other assets like you're investing in stocks and stuff on the side? But like, you clearly have a focus on real estate. So yeah, just why real estate? What attracted you guys to it?
Well, we don't want to invent the wheel, right? And we had a couple friends that also had it. Not friends, people that we knew that were like, they had other properties. And we always felt that it's secure. Like there's no way of going wrong. Okay, it's not something that you're going to buy to sell next year. It's something that you're going to buy in a couple of years, probably you want to sell, or you still want to keep it and pass to your kids, right? And even that we were thinking, because now we have them all under our name, we're thinking like as we grow to put under a corporation or a holding, something for the kids to be already involved in that. I think there's no way of going wrong with real estate. Like, okay, now it's not the best time to sell anything, but we don't want to sell, we want to buy. So it's even a good time to buy it, right?
Even with AI coming, everybody needs to have a
home,
a house to stay, right? A house to live. But we still have other investors. We have invest in Bitcoin, ETFs. So, but we are more focused on real estate.
Yeah. Well, it's worked for you guys, right?
It's working, so far.
Yeah. Now, what about your experience in Azores, for example? You said you bought that house for 100 and then sold for 80. So that experience didn't dissuade you at all?
No, that was before I was knowledgeable about real estate. It also had to do with my divorce, right? So we just had to sell it. It was not a good time, and I just wanted to get rid of it.
Sure.
That experience didn't like, if I knew what I know, I would have tried to keep the house.
Yeah.
I would have not sold
Rent it, maybe add some value.
Yeah, I would have rented or something like that. But at the time, like the mindset was not there, right? Now, like, I don't want to sell anything that I have. I want to keep everything, and I just want to add up.
Yeah, it's quite the journey from coming from not having $5 to buy shrimp, or shrimp or the diapers, or shrimp and then the diapers, to buying homes, renovating them, providing homes for so many different people. Yeah, it's a crazy journey, eh?
It's a crazy journey, yeah.
Wow, sheer hard work.
Yeah.
And everyone tells us, like, why 3 hours from here? I said, doesn't matter. Like, we jump in.
You got to jump in.
You got to jump in and do it. Like, I was telling, when she told me that the breaker went down, in my mind, I called him. But the first thing was like, okay, I have to go up there. I'll be there in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I called him, and then we discussed, like, what to do, right? And then the electrician, which is the one that is doing our handyman is not here, so he's replacing him.
Yeah, the plan B.
Yeah, the plan B is the electrician. He went there after, and he went to see why the breaker went off. But yeah, for us, it doesn't matter. We spent last year and this year when we were renovating, we spent our weekends, instead of being at home with the kids, we just went up there. Sometimes the kids, one is 22 and the other is 15, but there are kids. Instead of them going, staying down here, sometimes they stayed with our friends, and then we just put together, like, the work and the social part together.
Yeah.
And we just worked during the day. We went to their house, and it doesn't matter for us. It's something that brings us joy.
Yeah.
Doing it, renovating, like I don't mind putting my hands on and like doing whatever I have to do. And he's very handy with everything. So I think it's a good combination.
Yeah.
I say he does. It's good.
Well, it's a good combination. When you say good combination, it's not only our combination, because we start to get more financial education when we join Rockstar, right? So this is whatever we start doing it because we had your financial education, and then when we saw some podcasts, some information regarding all the partners that, I don't know if that's the term that you use, all the partners and the connects that you have, even Better Mortgage, right? You guys mentioned a lot of times Better Mortgage. I tried to search it up, who is Better Mortgage, right? And then I contact Better Mortgage and I find out Michael Zanzini. It's been a hell of a buddy to me, right? When I need to ask something, I call him, he answers right away. He gives me a lot of information. Sometimes even if my numbers don't work, we keep talking for like 20 minutes about the markets. This, I'm going to do this in my house. What do you think? It's been a journey with a lot of good people involved, and I'm very, very grateful to join Rockstar. And the next phase of our journey will be join the VIP next year. Next year,
cool.
It's part of our goal to be part of the VIP group.
So when you joined Rockstar, were you attending all the classes? You were coming to the Your Life, Your Terms events?
All the podcasts. He was
not only attending, he was making me attending all the classes.
Yeah.
And like I used, because I have my job and I used to work like on my own things in the evening. And Sarah, you need to pay attention to this. Sarah, you need to see this. So he really, and I'm very proud of him because he really invested his time, and he likes more research than I'm more a doer. He loves to research, and he kept research. I said, oh, just tell me, like you research and you tell me, like I'm good with it.
I'm going to tell you a story that I hope my boss never is going to see this podcast.
We'll give you a fake name.
One day I got a call from my office. Marco, what are you doing on the internet? What? No, I'm just traveling. My commute to work is 1 hour and a half. I listen podcasts when I go up. I listen podcasts when I go down. They go, you have $600 to pay in internet. Really? While that happened, I'm like, oh my God, probably the podcast that I'm listening. Podcast? What kind of podcast? Forget about it. It's just fun podcasts.
Yeah. So like, he was all day.
Good thinking. This time I'm gonna pay for you, but next time we'll pay for.
So all day, like I'm talking about what we did, and he's right. Like it was us doing, but we had a support system. Like you guys were part of our support system because of the knowledge, and we had the information, where to get the information, right? And then make our decisions. Some things didn't work for us. We just, but this works. Or we would, even the trip to Florida, it was amazing.
Yeah, you guys came in 2024, yeah?
Yeah, so tell me one thing. 2024, yes. How many people usually go on those trips? It goes a lot of people.
On the Florida trip? Yeah. Well, the first one we did was like 60 people.
Okay, so I don't need more information. So we go on that trip, and I go because this guy is telling me to go. Like, and I want to know. I never been to Florida, so let's go.
Yeah.
We get there, and there's a 9-seat van, and there's a SUV, and I'm like, Marco, I don't want to go on the SUV. Please, let's go have fun on the 9. Let's go with the others. Like, I don't want to. We go on the van, and there's Nick and Jamie.
All the big shots.
Like Nick and Jamie, me and Marco, and then 5 people behind.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know Jamie. Not Jim.
Jim Shields.
Jim.
I didn't even know Jim, but he was reading the book. And I'm talking to Nick and Jim like buddies, like telling the story. And then Marco is like, and I'm like, huh? And I kept talking. I was like, oh, that's the guy. Okay. And I kept talking. And then we go to the visits and everything. And then it was funny that when I look back, and from the visits, the people in the back were the team from Rockstar.
Where's the stuff?
Not Rockstar, from...
Southern Impression Homes.
Impression Homes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I asked to go on a 9 seat. So, you know, like,
You were like so
I don't
grateful
wanna-
to be inside.
Soaking up all the information.
Yeah.
and suddenly I'm with all these people that matters. So,
Yeah.
and it was only 5 investors. And I'm like, this was meant to be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was definitely a more intimate one.
it was very, like, everything. Nick was amazing. Jim was amazing. The house is like, I was impressed with the full cycle that Jim has, right?
Yeah.
He buys the
The land.
The lot,
yeah, he buys the
he
land,
builds,
he builds, and then he does
Manage.
yeah,
Management and
management's in
everything.
place, turnkey.
wow. I'm like, we were about, like, we were very
Yeah, we were very close. We were
close
very
to buy it before we no, we already had the Kingston one when we went. Yeah, so but we were very close to buy something there. So the journey with Rockstar has been, the name says it all.
Mhm.
Like it's amazing, and we love the event. This year we were not able to go. I don't know where we were.
I think it's a second time that we don't go because he lands on the provincials of volleyball.
Oh yeah.
He lands on, and then we have a kid on the volleyball, so but we
For
gotta
sure.
be there, right?
Yeah,
But last year we were able to go.
Yeah.
It was just this year we didn't go.
Save your calendar. Saturday, October 17th. I think it's the 17th or the 18th, whatever the Saturday is. So this year, I don't know, cancel the volleyball, whatever, do whatever you got to do to get
We're gonna
there.
be there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. And then, you wrote us a really nice email, Marco, and I don't know if you were behind some of those words as well, but just, just sharing your journey and stuff. And we thought it would, we had to share the journey with other people because there's so many other Rockstar members that have similar immigration stories where they came here, they had nothing, they built or rebuilt everything from scratch and somehow stumbled into finding this community, and it's this whole collection of people all trying to help each other figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Figure out how to build assets and kind of get that freedom that we're all after, right? And kind of build something for ourselves. And it's a very special story. I think I can never complain about anything in Canada again when I hear stories like this. Never again.
Don't do that.
It's easy to fall into that trap, and I've fallen into it. But I was born and raised here, and my dad was the Italian immigrant. Well, actually, his dad, technically, he was just a kid. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like your guys' kids. So he was first generation. So I have so many privileges from growing up here that you just take for granted, no matter what. Yeah. Even after a conversation like this, you don't live that experience of somebody coming fresh to a country, not speaking English. Yeah. There's just no way to comprehend the struggle and the hardship and the daringness and the courage really of doing that. And so for me, I find it very important to hear these stories because it gives me some much needed perspective about how good I've had it here and how much opportunity is still here, despite maybe things being not so hot right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
when I hear something, when we are in a group of friends and sometimes we talk, right, about Canada, this and that. If they start saying bad things about Canada, I jump in. I jump in and I say, listen, you will always have the opportunity to go back. What I can tell you is Canada gave me more in 13 years than my entire life in Portugal. So this country deserves a little bit of respect. Yes, we have been through some economic problems right now, but still deserve some respect. I believe Canada will come up again. Honestly, it will come up again. We see right now some sales happening. I work in construction, a lot of sales happening, new homes, and it gives me a lot of hope for the future. I believe the next year for construction and the perspective of construction is going to be a good year.
You think it's starting to turn?
Yes. We see a lot of sales on the new homes. So
is that from that HST rebate you think is kicking that off?
Yes, yeah, it's kicking that off, definitely. So next year we're going to be busy on construction, right? I'm talking about.
And that's on single family homes, right?
Single family.
Yeah, I think that's where it's really had an impact.
Yeah.
Less so on condos. The condo market's still taking a beating.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about condos. I'm talking about residential single family, yeah.
Yeah, and there's so much industry and economy here tied to the housing market. Mm-hmm. So, when housing is down, like everything feels it. Like construction and oh my God, just the amount of jobs related to housing here.
Yes.
It's such a huge portion of our economy. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to hear that it's spurring some action and some movement, right?
Yeah.
And we felt a difference last year when we were this year actually, when we were trying to rent for the second time our first property up in Kingston.
There was no newcomers.
There was no newcomers.
Yeah.
And that was a market that I liked. It was close to my heart because I was a newcomer too. And if I can help someone, I want to help, right? Like that's since we were in Portugal in different areas, like we like to help people. We are not the type of people to hold information or I'm not going to tell because I want it to happen to me, not to the others. No, because I think if it happens to everyone, we all grow, right? So I think the newcomers for us was like last year. Like we didn't. There was no newcomers. When we put the ad out, we used to have like 60, 80 like coming to.
There was a lot of people that left the country this year and last year, right? Especially on construction. A lot of people left because there's no jobs, right? There's no work.
And these were temporary workers or
temporary workers.
Yeah, work visas.
A lot
and
of people left the country.
For sure, yeah. And I think that's why rents have generally softened. Yes. Did you have to lower rents to get it filled or
no.
re-rent it at the same price?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit stubborn and I told Marco, that's our price.
And the houses
okay, there's always someone that's going to rent the house at our price. The other one, the second one, we rented and we lowered the price because it didn't have the AC, but it's a learning curve, right? We should have rented and said, like, once we put the AC, we will increase a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the utilities is included. So on our properties, some of them, only one doesn't have the utilities included, but because they're shared, we include. We include in the price. So far, they have been good. Like we always talk to them and we say if we see the numbers going up, like this is the average. Like if you see the numbers going up, we talk to them. Goes back to the normal.
But in the future, there's something we're going to consider. Of course, plus utilities. It's always right.
Yeah,
you don't take risks, right? So.
Yeah. So Portugal. So you've got another place on the go. Where's this garden suite you guys have been talking about?
It's going to be in the division.
In Kingston as well. Kingston, I spent a day in Kingston to film some videos. We have a team member actually out in Kingston, Renee. And so we met with him out there and I was blown away by the Kingston market. It is a very good real estate market and it's a very desirable place to live.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And there's
numbers work.
The numbers work really well. Really well for the purchase price versus the rents.
Yes.
Like purchase price, way lower than the Toronto area.
Yeah.
Rents, not that much lower.
No.
They're up there.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of government workers. There's people that work at the universities and colleges. And then there's
students.
And then there's students. And there's 3 different schools. There's
military.
Royal Military College.
Yeah.
Queen's University and another college, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And high quality students. Queen's is one of the best universities in the country.
Yeah.
And super high quality of life, close to nature, cottage country, lakes, forests.
Beautiful city.
Beautiful downtown, historic.
Have US across, like it's...
US is right there.
Yeah.
It's like this weird kind of island between Ottawa and Toronto, right?
Yep.
3 hours each way. And it's just this beautiful community. I was like, wow, it would be really nice to have grown up here and live here.
That's the feeling we have. Like I was talking to Marco. I'm always telling him now that I'm on my own, like I can live anywhere. We just here because of him. Because up there you have quality of life. It's like you're 10 minutes from your work, or
not even.
It's or 5 minutes, whatever. People are nice.
Yes, yeah, different vibe for sure.
Yes, people are
it's
nice.
A city focused on tech.
Then you want a little bit of
sciences.
city, you go downtown. You want a little bit of city, you go downtown. You have the center there.
Yeah.
They have nice concerts there, and you have the lake.
Yeah, we really like the Kingston.
Yeah, I think it's a great spot to invest.
Special because we already have the support, right? We have all the in-demands, the electricians, all our support system is there.
Yeah.
It's working well, so I don't see why we should right now move, right?
Yeah.
We look at Niagara, we looked at Windsor, like other places, you know.
But we'll come down for sure. We can. We'll buy something down here for sure.
But we always stand up to go.
Yeah. Well, it seems to work for you guys.
It's not only. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's not only that it's affordable. The property is big, so both properties we have enough space to build a garden suite.
Yes.
Both of
yeah. Big lots.
big lots.
These old bungalows
Yeah.
that are very easy to duplex.
Exactly, and you still have space for backyards for the garden suite and from the units.
Yeah.
So it's
The houses were actually I'm remembering 2 duplex conversions we walked through, and I think they put 3 bedrooms in the basement. Like they were big homes, big lots, garden suite in the future. And then the rents for Queen's University were nuts.
Yes.
It was like lowest was got to be like 800 or 900.
900.
That's
900.
900's on the low end.
Yeah.
And it goes up to what, 12?
Probably goes at what?
1100.
1100.
Yeah, so
Probably
9 to 1100.
You might have higher, but
Depends
average,
on location.
Not into that market yet, but the average that we see, it's.
We actually went to see a property, but I was so scared. Like the gap on the door from the one end to the other, like the floor was not level. I said, Marco, look, I want to be at home, and I want to be with my conscience, like clean. Like I want to buy something that is, like, because it was a good deal.
It was a student
good deal.
rental,
The students were living, like we spoke with the students. They were happy there. They told us how much they were paying.
Yeah, the students don't need much.
They don't
need
really
much.
care. I'm like, this guy lives here.
How does he live here?
That's
Like
okay.
it?
Yeah.
He works for them.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
Yeah, when you buy a student, you have to have you have to change your mentality a little.
It's different. It's not going to be kept as clean.
No.
It's going to be dirtier.
But
unless you got girls.
Yeah.
Group of girls are generally a lot better.
I don't know if
These people say that. My experience is they are so much cleaner, so much more orderly.
No, I don't
got
know.
luck.
You got
The
lucky.
one problem is the hair down the drain. That is a big problem for sure.
Yeah, no, girls can be messy as men.
Yeah.
They can.
I don't know. I haven't met him yet.
So yeah,
I haven't met the one.
I think the advantage you have with that is you don't have to do as much renovations because you're not gonna ask for them to keep it clean or to whatever.
Yeah.
So
You
whatever.
definitely need to have a different approach than
Yeah.
we do.
The one
right
we
now.
have with the families.
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Trade-offs. Always trade-offs. Pros and cons to anything.
But
I'm
it's
gonna own a building. I told him I'm gonna
but
own a building. I don't know.
There's something we considering going to the student rental market. Let's see when. But yeah, we are considering.
Yeah, a couple times we've been considering. Even for the first time when we went up there was for students, but it ended up like it was not as closer to it. And then one thing we learned since we came to Canada is we do not hear random conversations. Like we hear rock star. We want to make decisions, but informed decisions, right? So the people we hear is me and him. I hear him, he hears me. We don't ask opinions outside of our house, right? We ask to Rockstar, we ask to Better Mortgage, because we know it's going to be an informed, like the decision we're going to make, it's going to be like we have the information we need. Because as soon as we start asking, oh, don't buy in Kingston, oh my God, don't buy in Division Street. Okay, Division is very big. And we bought in a good side of Division Street, right? We know where we can buy or not. But we usually don't go asking around, like, what do you think? No. We learned that from Portugal. Because Portugal, we got very bad advice. Which we thought was like we could trust because we're people that we thought they knew. So all the discussions are in our house. Like it's between us.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
You don't want to take advice from people that aren't experts in that subject matter.
Or they're not doing what you're doing.
Doing what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like those are the people you should be taking advice from if that's what you want to be doing.
Yeah. Exactly. Because if they don't see value on what you're doing, they're going to try to change your mind on that. So that was like the first house we bought. We told the whole family. The second one, no one knows.
Yeah, less and less. Yeah.
It's not that we want to hide from them, but we're not adding anything to their lives. And we might hear things that we don't want to hear, that we might get confused or make the wrong decision. So we just keep it to ourselves.
It can be even people like with good intentions, right, can become naysayers and just, you'll never do anything if everything's a risk and nothing's a good idea.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll never get off the ground.
Yeah.
Right. You'll never take that risk and make that jump, and you're going to learn from it. And people can talk you right out of it.
Yeah. When you bought the first property, it was like that. Even the property with a lot of limitations, right?
The second property too.
The first, just jump in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's fix.
Each property was like that. Like even the second one, I just left corporate, right? And he comes home and goes, "Hey, we're gonna buy another house." And I'm like, "We're gonna do what?" I thought this year we're gonna buy it. Numbers work, everything is good. Like already has a tenant.
I don't care the house looks like. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna fix it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's the thing we have. So most of the investors probably go and look for a house that is ready to rent. We look for the worst house in the best neighborhood, right?
Yeah. Well, I think with your skill set and your willingness to work.
Yeah. We don't care. Like I go in the house, and they say, "Oh, that doesn't affect me."
It helps a lot. The fact being related to construction has been helping. Also, I took my home inspector course to help. This is more to help when we're gonna buy the property, right? So we can.
Yeah. First of all, when he wanted to take something to learn English first, to improve his English. And then he came up with this idea. He said, "Look, I want to learn more about construction. I want to learn more English. So I'm going to take a home inspector. Because if I'm going to take a course of English, it's going to teach me basic English, not specific to construction."
Smart.
So he took the home inspector, another good moment.
And it has been helping us to
it helped him.
The properties, what to do, where is the problem, how to fix it. So,
Yeah, even the home inspector we have up there in Kingston, wow, the lady is like, I think when you do the things for the right reason, your support system starts building up, like naturally. The right people come to you. That's how I feel. Like when you do the things for the right reason, right? I'm talking about tenants. I'm talking about the handyman, electricians, like every people we have around us, it really is helping our journey. So we cannot say it's just me and him. It's everyone that is around us.
Yeah, the support system is so important, right?
Very important.
You mentioned a few times going self-employed. So what's that? Like, what are you doing? What's that journey?
Okay. So I'm a woman of many hats, right? Project manager, event planner, graphic designer, consultant, coach, like you can name it. Have 26 years experience in leadership. So I just went on my own. I started with the events because for me it was easier. We were already doing back home. And I did a couple events. But I really want to help people to bring their vision to life. That's my reason, my mission. I want everyone to believe that whatever they set up their mind to, they can do it, right? I did it. I'm not the only one. I'm not the first one. I didn't do anything different than many others, but I believed I could do it. So if you ask what is my business is many things. I as I told you, I do graphic design. I'm doing event planning, but I really want to, and I'm working with a couple clients in projects, right? I'm that person that comes in, they have a vision, they want to execute, they don't know how to do it. I align their vision with the result, right? So that's what I've been doing.
Cool.
And now I was talking to Marco this week, and I said, I think I need to go get real experience in construction. I wanna work with a construction, like with a builder or something like that, because that's gonna bring value in the long run, right?
Wow, cool. Living life on your terms.
Yes. Completely.
Thanks for coming in, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys have an incredible story. It's very inspiring for me to see. and here, and I think it will be for other people as well. And just thank you guys for being a part of this community. Like, it's people like you that make it so awesome. So
no, we totally appreciate your invitation, and again, I'm not getting tired to say I'm very grateful to join Rockstar and to meet all your partnerships like Better Mortgage. So we thank you so much for the invitation, and look forward to see you in the VIP group.
Yeah, that'll be great. You guys will, I think, get a lot out of it, especially with the business building stuff now.
Yeah.
And different things, and internationally in Portugal. And you guys would also bring a ton of great experience to the group as well. Because it's not just that, you get stuff from other people. Like, you guys have so much to share with other people now, with all of your experience, whether it's Kingston or your business or Portugal. There's just so much to share amongst all of us, right?
All the experience is basically impossible is nothing, right? Right?
Nothing is impossible.
It's like the Nike.
Nothing is impossible. So we both believe, and we do basic stuff like vision boards. And it's amazing, like, how manifesting those things, it happens, because it's not magic. It's just your focus goes there.
And has that stuff happened for you? What you've put on your vision board has come true?
You won't believe. Like, every year, the last week of the year, we do our vision board for the year.
For that year?
For that year. So it started when we bought when we rented the first apartment. We start doing that. We start writing what we wanted for that year. And I remember I put there, I want a black carpet. I want to buy a house with a pool, with a walk-in closet, things like that. And 2 months later, we bought our first apartment. Then we start increasing that. I want to have a single house. I want to have a car. Even one, like, last year was amazing. I had on my vision board, I want to be talking in front of 100 people. And December 8th, I did an event for 100 women, and I was talking Reset and Rise. So I was talking to them in front. Of course, I did the event. I was not thinking about my vision board, right? Mm-hmm. But I was seeing every day. I was passing by it. Another thing was we went to
my vision board. It was in big. Buy another property in Kingston. A month after, there you go.
Yeah. So we do.
Do you guys have a shared vision board or separate?
No, separate.
Separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have.
Is there overlap?
Yeah, overlap.
There's a Venn diagram there.
Yeah. So it has, like, I have the same. Some of the things we have the same.
That's
but we have that. And
are they side by side?
The bed, yeah.
My side of the bed,
and mine is
she was on the other side.
Really? So right beside your bed?
Yeah.
So you see it before bed, you see it.
Yeah. Look, if you ask me, I don't know when was the last time I looked, but
it's always there.
It's always there.
Yeah. I have one in my I have a little walk-in closet, and it's like right in the wall, right. So when I exit the closet, I see it every day.
Every day.
I'm not sitting there studying it every day.
No, you don't. But your eyes, unconsciously, you are
manifesting.
It's a reminder, and it is a weird thing because I've put stuff on there in previous years. I haven't been great at doing it every year, and I have it on my to-do list to update.
You could have done 10 years ago.
But it's interesting because stuff I put maybe a few years ago is kind of happening now, and that type of stuff. And then, but it is so cool when you look on it, you're like, oh my God, that happened. Yeah. And you didn't even realize it. You never thought, oh, I accomplished that thing on my vision board, but it happened.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
It's
good.
It's kind of crazy,
eh?
It is. Yeah. And you guys aren't the first people to have told me about this either. Like Mike DeZormo's office is right there. He's living in Mike DeZormo. Yeah. Oh, cool. So yeah, he lives in a beautiful property, and he was telling me, and I went and saw it with him after he moved in, and he was telling me, like, it was crazy, like this exact property, the design, the floors, the kitchen island, the south facing, everything he had on his vision board from years ago. And then the property came up on the market. He was in the right place in life to buy it. He bought it, and he was like, it's crazy. It's literally the exact house. Yeah. And that always stuck with me. I'm like, wow.
So I'm going to tell you something. This year, my parents came to spend the New Year's with us, the Christmas and New Year's. And I was telling Marco, I wish I could take them. I wish I was in a position to take them to like Cuba, Mexico, somewhere warm, because they're going to come to this cold 20 days. They're going to be closed. A week after, my mom calls me, says, hey, you know who's here with me? Luis, he's from Florida. He's asking us to spend the New Year's there.
No way. Wow.
So, but that's not the funny part. The funny part is that on my vision board, I have a floor plan of a house that I got on the internet that I like it. I don't know where the house is. And the door is blue, and it has a pool in the back. It's an open concept. It's beautiful. That's the house of my dreams. When I get to Florida, as soon as I park the car in his house, I look at the door blue, and I said, oh, at least it has the same color. I go in. Can you imagine that it's not identical, but it's exactly like one detail or another? It doesn't have a pool. It has a pound in the back. But I was like, what is happening here? So I never realized that. When I came home, I look at my vision board and I see, man, I had that on my vision board. That's the house.
That's so cool.
Cool. So sometimes it happens like it doesn't happen exactly what you want. But yeah. I went to spend a week on that house.
Yeah.
Who knows, in the future it's going to be mine.
Exactly. Who knows? Yeah. Crazy. Well, cool. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this. Do you guys want to share any contact info, share anything?
I can share if anyone wants to reach out, and I'm happy to share my story with anyone or hear their story. My email is Sara, Sara.Costa @levegroup.ca. And my phone number is 647-235-2022.
Oh, phone number.
It's okay.
Daring.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. Whoever's going to call is going to be a good thing.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Right. It's on the internet, my phone, so.
Yeah. No problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, cool. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys around.
Thank you.